How do you even open this? Oh. Well, river rats, it's cold, gloomy, not the nicest, but it's not windy, so that's all I really care about. I've had a good run of bad luck. I've had to actually delete a bunch of footage because you couldn't hear any of the audio. But me and Brad are on the river and we're gonna do a fun little bait challenge. So let's go. Oh, there they are. They're right in there. Holy cow, there's a pile of them. Maybe we should fish those. So they're right by the red-winged blackbird.
It just moved.
Did he?
It just moved.
Now what do we do?
The good thing is, there's a little log right along the bank where he was sitting. I can see it.
I knew I could count on you. That's why I brought you, Brad.
Yeah.
Your woodsmanship. We're gonna try something, Brad. We're gonna do a bait. We're doing the bait challenge. Yeah. I'm not a big dip bait guy.
You lose me when you start putting more than one hook on.
It's just like rigging for walleyes. You know, no walleye fisherman would ever want to admit this, or very few. But when you're talking about trolling crawler harnesses, it's just 1 little millimeter away from catfishing.
Oh, yeah.
All right, I finally have everything rigged up. We were coming at them with pretty fresh shad and Secret 7 catfish dip bait. I know everybody has their brands that they're like, oh, they all suck except for this one. This is the first thing I saw in Wally World, so I grabbed it. And we're gonna find out which one's better. Do you have a prediction, Brad?
I'm a live bait guy.
You know, I want this to work because this is a heck of a lot easier to get than this. But my money's on this one. I don't know, we're gonna find out. We need a stick, Brad.
Stick? I just kicked all of them off.
You did. Thankfully,
That one right there.
Mr. Beaver helped us out.
Yes, he did.
That's a little excessive, which makes it perfect. It has been so long since I've used. When's the last time you used dip bait?
I couldn't tell you.
I'm trying to think. All right, well, Brad's on the phone.
Okay.
I'm gonna get this going. How do you even open this? Oh.
Oh, bring it to the boy.
Probably should have brought some like oil. This might not work great. I do know your dip worm has to be dry. Yeah, it's not gonna hold a ton. So it's just not soupy enough. I don't know, we'll see what it looks like. That might do okay. I mean, there's some on there. Then you gotta dip it in the water to seal it before you cast it, otherwise it all flies off. Plenty will fly off anyway. Give her a nice lob. Actually stayed on the hook pretty good, Brad.
Got that webbing cut just a little bit.
Yep. I don't think I've ever used dip bait when it's been this cold either. Actually, one time, because I read an article in Fisherman about how they were catching cats in cold water on dip bait. Actually, that one stuck pretty good. Yummy. Make sure the dip bait stick stays on the cutting board. The dip bait might be getting bit, I'm not sure. It's just getting ready to sit down. If you see one, go get him. Is he gonna get it? Because he's small, he's just excited. He about made me drop my coffee though. You're right. Now the other shad is getting bit. I just heard a gobble. You got it?
Looks like he's got it.
Maybe. Nope. Yeah, but the one I heard, he's clear up on that tree line.
You would earn your keep trying to hunt this stuff.
Oh yeah. You gonna get it this time? You're so small.
Yes, that's different.
Oop, now this one's getting hit. He's getting after it. It's been a while since I heard a pheasant get after it like that.
Yeah.
Still, I'm a little surprised that, it's kind of funny we haven't caught a fish, but the only ones that have been getting touched are just the shad.
Yeah.
It's shad, stinkbait, shad, stinkbait. I'm gonna try to keep casting them like that. Sweet.
The other one brought in, so you don't...
No, I'll work around it. Yeah. I don't want to skew our data.
Gotcha.
Hopefully he'll work in over the top of it. I think he's gonna. These little guy fishing rods make all of them fun. He's probably only a pound or two. I got him. Yeah.
Certainly an eater.
Pound or two.
So somebody's already chewed on him. You have a sore on him?
Oh yeah.
I saw a sore on him.
He's all, yeah, right there. He had big aspirations. That's a big chunk of bait for him. I'm proud that he actually got the hook. All right, 1-0 cut shad. I feel like this is going to be a trend, but we're going to see. Me and my other buddy Brad, that Alabama Brad, he was talking about how stinkbait's the way to go for channels. We're going to find out. This one's for Brad. Different Brad, Alabama Brad. I can't remember what dip bait he said. He'll probably make some excuse like, you weren't using the stuff I told you should use. Well, I've seen enough of this place, Brad.
Not enough? Not enough going on?
No, reel them up. The fish are here. We saw them. That's one thing with the side scan. They can run, but they can't really hide.
So am I.
Although, if you could come up with a side scan,
Oh, I had one.
but it's got to say if the fish are hungry or not.
Oh,
If you could do that,
bright blue fish.
yeah,
That one's hungry.
that would be ideal. You're supposed to dry these off before you bait them again, but I'm not going to dedicate a towel to the nastiness that's in front of me. I'm just going to try to shove as much of it as I can between that webbing.
Yep. That's all they need, right?
I like to think so. And you know what? Just to leverage it even more in the dip bait's favor, I'm going to cast those both out first. All right, that's nice and poopied up. Does kind of look like baby poop.
It does.
I'll never do it, but I've always thought of playing a prank on somebody and putting it on their sandwich. We're going to put that big shad head out on one too. This is where we got that big one yesterday. And he just laid it over. Like drag was peeling in the holder. It was nice. Oh yeah. That'd be like a flathead size bait. All right, back to my coffee. Shad head's getting tapped. It's a big bait, probably not a big fish trying to eat it.
Something just tasting it.
Yeah. Oh, you got a nib. We're probably missing out on fish because we don't have all shad out. Oh, stink bait. Wow. We're about to have a tie. Yep. And Brad's playing on his phone. Oh, he's little. That's the smallest cat I've caught this year. Smallest one in the boat all year. But the stink bait got one. That might be our cue to move.
Yeah, look how empty the thing is.
It's still got scent on it though. Yeah, that's one thing, just because you don't have scent or dip bait on the worm's still working. There, that monster.
You're speaking of monster.
Well, a catfish is a catfish, so that technically makes it 1-to-1. We weren't doing a size challenge.
Yeah.
Alright, back to giving the dip bait again. Oh, I even got dip bait on the rod now. Gross. They're catfish rods. If they weren't before, they definitely are now. Must be warming up a little bit because the dip bait consistency is getting a little bit better. We lost a bunch, but that's okay. I feel like a painter, like I'm painting the dip worm full of bait. Try to bomb that one that way as far as you can. Yep, that'll work. Just reel her tight. Reel the line tight on there. And catch me a fish, Brad. You've been watching me reel in all of these monsters all morning.
I'm used to that.
So you gonna get real with it? It's that big bait.
Oh, that's right. It's a really good chance. I'm gonna carve out a deer stick here pretty quick.
I endorse that decision. I got a bait knife. You can open it up with that.
That would be a mistake, wouldn't it?
You
just well run it through the Stinkbait first before we try it.
Right. I'd be lying if I told you it's never been done.
Do you know
where... Oh, Stinkbait's getting bit. Oh, get him! Get him! Gotta set it. Oh, well, reel it in and we'll put more bait on.
How does that work in your scientific portion?
We'll give it 1.5. Count that as a half. Is it gonna stick? It's too wet. I don't want to have to dry it off, but I'm gonna have to dry it off. This will get thrown away now.
Put it that way.
Isn't it amazing how much better it sticks when you dry your worm off?
Yep.
And then you gotta dip it in the water before you cast.
Dip it hard.
Nope, just lob it. Yep.
Enough?
Good enough. Tighten her up. And don't miss the next one.
I don't know how.
I don't know, because it's like
me.
He's tiny. I think I just heard another gobble. It was very faint, long ways away. Might have been the same spot actually. Could have been the same bird. Well, let's bug out here.
This isn't doing it for you?
These are goofy dip worms, but I kind of like them.
Oh yeah.
Like if I had to use a dip worm, I wouldn't feel bad about using this one. I always run into, what do I do when I'm done with them? This one isn't quite as dry as the other one.
Picking up a fish.
Oh, reel. On your phone again. Them fish know when you're on your, because you didn't, yeah, keep up with him.
No, he's off.
No, he's on there.
Here we go.
Yeah, real faster.
That hard?
Yeah.
Maybe you're right. Yeah, yeah.
I've catfished a couple times.
Nah, you probably have.
Some of them are like Usain Bolt. A little bit better one. All is right in the world. Cutbait's winning again. Ooh, you barely got him. You got to reel when it's in the rod holder.
Not be on your phone?
No, well, you can be on your phone, and then you reel when it's in the rod
That
holder.
was chubby.
Yeah, he is. Before,
Either.
no, couldn't get all rods set, and then on with that.
That's a good one. That's
Yeah.
fun.
Want your picture with him or anything? All right, see ya. All right, fish.
I'll take your advice too on reeling down the rod holder. I'll
Yeah.
do that next time.
You'll catch more. Only do that if you want to catch them. If you don't want to catch them, don't do that.
And that's only on the ones that have the meat on them.
All right. It's like one fish per spot today.
That one was quick.
Mm-hmm.
I got 2 waters, a body armor, and a Arnold Palmer tea if you're thirsty.
Appreciate it. It's been a long time since I had one of them. I do recall them being quite delicious. Yeah, but I haven't had one of them since high school.
Really?
Yeah. You'd sell those giant cans of them, and I'd go fishing and drink a couple of them. This spot sucks. Can't believe you picked it.
It's because of the tennis ball.
Yeah. Yeah. A lot of little guys here.
Got that pretty good too.
Yep. They hit it with a running start, I swear. That and
If we didn't pull the bait off, that seems like it'd be an easy way to pull the bait off.
the bellies on those shad is surprisingly tough.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And I bet he hits it again.
Later.
And he wasn't even a huge one. He was a good one, but he wasn't a 10-pounder.
He was fat.
Oh, that's a nice fish.
Sounds like it.
Before I could get the dip bait dipped. Look at him splashing around out there.
You're going to need net for that one probably.
Yep. It went down and stayed down. He can run at me and let me gain some line if he wants.
He's not giving you that luxury.
Not yet. I bet he does before it's all said.
That felt so much like a...
He might just make me earn it the whole time. Yeah, those are the ones I like where you hear a little drag when he folds it in the holder. Probably. Oh, my dip bait's getting all over my bench. Gross. Ooh, big tail. Yeah. Not a giant, but pretty dang nice fish.
Best of the day.
Yes. So far.
You want to bend something where I shouldn't.
There we go.
Almost.
He's real nice.
Yeah. That's a dang good one.
Right?
He's almost too much for that net.
Sweet.
That's a good one. Glad I could tell you where to stop and catch him.
Thank you.
Anytime.
Hey, them bigger fish like
Fires, isn't it? You can get it?
they like them head chunks, man. Well, I'm glad Brad said something. So far, 3-1 cut bait, and definitely the nicer fish are hitting the cut bait.
Yep.
But in the dip bait's defense, it ain't even out yet. But I've been casting the dip bait out first and switching around with the cut bait, and we catch this guy.
It is. It is.
We need a few more like that. Don't tear up my finger.
Didn't that kind of look like string coming out of that hole a little bit?
Kind
I saw
of.
a hole, and then I thought, wait a minute, is that string coming out of there?
Kind of.
I'm going to check this bait over here, too.
I'm gonna get this same exact bait right back out. I suppose in all fairness to the dip bait, I'm not a dip bait fishing expert. Yeah. Right. I mean, it's 3-1.
Today's way to go.
3 to 1.5 cut bait to dip bait. Yeah, I don't know what it is about catfish and gravel bars, but they like them. He's back. Yeah, for some reason, the end of that video, the footage didn't work, but Stinkbait did not outperform Cutbait. With that being said, I've not like an expert using Stinkbait or pretty much anything, or very smart. So, you know, take that with a grain of salt. But I've used it in the past with minimal success and had results similar to what we saw in this video. And, you know, I've had other people who I consider really good catfishermen say they've noticed similar things, especially when it comes to targeting big fish consistently. I mean, you never know what'll happen when you put a bait in the water, but I try to tip the odds in my favor the best I can. So I don't use stink bait a lot, and that's why. But, you know, I'm not an expert on it, and I don't know anyone is, so I have a biased opinion, and this is definitely not a scientific experiment. As far as the video goes, I hope you enjoyed that, and if you did, hit the like button. If you want to see more like it, hit the subscribe button. Thanks for taking time to watch. Hope you catch a giant.